warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amir Nabila Mitrosli and I will present about the introductions. So basically, waste can be defined as a useless product of a human activity that physically contains the same substance as the beneficial product. Any productions or substance that has been rendered worthless by the manufacturer has also been defined as waste. As the world's population grows, so does the amount of waste produced. This statement can be seen when waste production is increasing globally. In 2016, the world's cities had 2 billion tons of solid trash, or 0.74 kg per person each day in footprints. The World Bank also predicted the annual waste productions to increase from 2016 levels by 70% to 3.40 billion tons in 2050, with significant population expansion and urbanization. In order to become developed nations, the increasing urbanization rate and rapid growth of developments are essential. As a result, numerous waste management issues will arise in developing countries. For instance, according to Nota and Torreta 2019, poor solid waste management is a global issue in environmental contamination, social inclusion, economic sustainability, requiring integrated evaluations and comprehensive approaches for a solution. Hence, an attention should be devoted to developing countries where solid management is commonly unsustainable. This attention is needed because poor managed waste act as a breeding ground for spreading disease, contribute to global climate change via methane production, and even foster urban violence. We continue with the first issue is that budgetary constraints. Budgetary constraints were frequently experienced in developing countries because resources are limited and funds are poorly managed. According to Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, report stated that finance is a big concern in the solid waste management industry, where implementing agencies, especially urban local bodies, which find it difficult to build and manage projects with limited funding. For example, according to a study conducted in Thailand, inadequate funding is a barrier to successful waste management for the Ta Kon Yang Sub-District Municipality, which there is a lack of waste operation facilities such as insufficient waste containers, waste collection system, and waste collection vehicles. And there are also no separation bins are provided, so people tend to leave waste in plastic bag beside the roads. These problems are driven by financial constraints and may be the result of misuse of funds at the Waste Management Office. The second issue is that inadequate landfill disposal. Landfill is a common phenomenon over the world due to the rising amount of trash generated by our homes, school, office, hospital, markets, and many more. This may result in inadequate landfill where uncontrolled waste dumping, which is still prevalent in developing countries. The problem occurs when there is shortage of adequate disposal site in Thailand. This issue will lead to unprotected and unregulated dumps, which pose a risk to public health, environmental health, waste renewable resources, and may impact the residential growth in that area. Unregulated dumping sites have also been surrounded by towns and housing estates in recent decades as a result of population growth. Besides, uncontrolled dumps with no site management may threaten the health of those who live nearby. The Ta Kon Yang region, for example, is flat land with the Chi River, where major floods occurred in 2011, affecting almost all the sub-district, meaning that most of the land is unsuitable for landfill, and the lack of space is an obstacle to handling garbage near their home or workplace. This may create even more financial constraints because the cost of waste collection, transportation, and disposal are more than many municipalities can afford. That's all from me.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Farah Amira Filusabin Tazizan, and I will present about the issue on waste management in developing countries. So the third issue is the lack of technology that might lead to the insufficient service coverage and also the operational inefficiency. So the lack of technology was causes when there are certain countries who is unwilling to promote the new technology to reduce the toxicity and the waste volume, or the perhaps to enhance recycling in specifically solid waste. For example, we can see that India will suffer from lack of waste disposal technology, which due in parts to country-driven service sector expansions, is both inefficient waste infrastructure and rising solid waste per capita generation rates. As according to McAllister, the further Indian study was indicate that the lack of technology on inadequate container conditions and the poor service, as well as the replacement of used car, was encouraged people who thought that they would not properly dispose of trash, such as littering or unlawful dumping, because garbage and waste service had not been maintained correctly. And reasoning for a breakdown is that the system is inadequately technological features are import from the mechanical and the electrical components, which might due to the expensive cost of replacement or the maintenance. Thus, the lack of technology is linked to the poor operation when there is a usage of the inefficient garbage on the disposal technology. Okay, finally, the next issue of the waste management in developing country is the ineffective enforcement of solid waste management policy. So the stakeholder commitment to solid waste management policy is poor in the Malaysian framework on the establishment of Act 672 and Act 673. Which is Act 672 is an act to provide for and regulate the management of control solid waste and the public cleansing for the purpose of maintaining proper sanitation and the proper incidental thereto. So, moreover, Act 673 is an act to provide for the establishment of the solid waste and the public cleansing management corporation with the power to administer and enforce the solid waste and the public cleansing management of law and for the related matters. So this act is coordinated by the PPSPPA, which is also known as Perbadanan Pengurusan Sisa Pekerja dan Pembersihan Awam in local level, and the National Department of Solid Waste Management in Malaysia at the national level. For example, as according to Housing and Local Government Minister Zuraida Kamaruddin, approximately 60% of the 32 million Malaysians do not throw their garbage into waste container, even though it has been provided. Also, the uncollected or the inappropriately dumped or decomposed waste under the do not throw garbage signboard will attract the rodents that will cause damage and spread the disease and the aerosol, as well as the dust spread fungi. Hence, the ineffective enforcement of solid waste management policy will enhance these unstable politics in the future.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Shamimi binti Abdul Rahman. So I will explaining the suggestion for the issues in the waste management. So the first issue is the budget constraint. So the suggestion is the role of institution and funding management. Alright, so the personnel in the funding management need to play a significant role, and then budget constraints are caused by the poor and unstable financial condition, poor planning, uncertainty about the impending fine, and many more. So their solutions is gather charges or taxes from citizens, because citizens are also responsible for their waste management, and also the government receive little financial assistance for the waste management. Alright, so next, the funding management also can have a complete transparent organizational and also financial structures. Right, they factor inflation into the estimated cost, and then they also can have a suggestion allocate funds in the project for unpredicted future expenses. Alright, so as example, the Germany, France, Netherlands have their own affluent service charge. Alright, so it is geared toward increasing funding for infrastructure development rather their pollution reduction. And then they also provide coaching to their personnel responsible in the financial aid or in the funding management to encourage the transparency in the management, and also they can predict the estimated costs that can happen in any program. So for the second suggestion is for the second issue, inadequate landfill. So instead of we creating more landfill, we need a suggestion that can help to reduce the back impact to the environment. So the suggestion is the implementation of 3R program: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Developed and developing countries need to make irrational use of the Earth's limited resources. Alright, so for reduce is selecting item with care and attempt to minimize the waste. Alright, for reuse, the repeated use of an item. And for recycle, act of converting the waste to a resources. Alright, so for instance, Japan proposed the 3R initiative. Alright, as example, in Japan, the central government, the local government, and also the local residents, they collaborated, and because they want to ensure the 3R program is successful. So as example, business entities in Japan used to use the reusable boxes to reduce the cost of purchasing boxes that they use to transport the raw materials and also the manufacture goods. The next example is they reuse repurposing parts of the automated teller machine, ATMs machine, for the maintenance component for the other ATM machines. Alright, everyone knows that the PET bottles are the most useful materials in the plastic industry. So in 2018, consumers and enterprises reached 92% use of the PET bottles, and also 84.8% total bottles that recycle. Alright, so their target for the next year, 2019, is 100%. But then even they didn't reach their target on 2018, they still higher than the European countries, which are their recycle percent is only 59.8%. Thus, the implementation of 3R program, reduce, reuse, and recycle, really give a good impact to the environment. At the same time, we can minimize the waste management in the countries. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amira Shada. So I will be presenting for the third and fourth suggestion. So the suggestion for a lack of technology is by developing technology advancement of waste management. The use of technology in waste management is essential to control waste treatment to ensure sustainable development. The study from World Bank Global has predicted that a large amount of waste will increase by 3.40 billion tons in 2050. So it is crucial to solve this problem by using innovative technology. Many technologies have been introduced, such as waste collection, storage, disposal, and recycling technology that suitable for all factors applied towards the country. Developing country can follow the role of developed country in what technology they use in managing waste. For instance, most developed countries in Europe, South Korea, and Taiwan have been using technology such as the pneumatic waste collection system. This technology system works when the person refuses the waste that being conveyed pneumatically inside underground pipelines that will transfer to the collection center. Then it is kept in storage container, and later it will be transported by a truck to a treatment center. This technology will have a beneficial impact on the environment to reduce carbon dioxide emission because it can decrease the number of using waste vehicle, and it also gives benefits to people's health as it offers hygienic way of disposing waste. Therefore, this suggestion can help developing countries to apply the use of technology waste management, following with their ability of funding to choose effective technology to ensure they can have proper ways of management. Last Lastly, as for the issue of the ineffective enforcement of waste management, the suggestion would be the participation of stakeholders in policy implementation of waste management. Stakeholders are the organizations involved that have the same interests while interacting with each other in waste management activities. The interactions such as by the NGO, private sector, public sector, financial institution and citizen. They will cooperate by developing strategy, decision and planning waste management policies. For example, Taiwan. Taiwan indicates that all parties, private or public sectors, are partaking in the city's solid waste management. The Taiwan Environmental Protection Administration, or EPA, is a governmental agency that is responsible for environmental policy and waste management. Others involved, such as municipal administration, private and public corporation, academics, non-governmental organizations, citizens, are working together to regulate how waste materials are processed, reused, recycled into new goods. The EPA employees regularly examines residents that trash bag at collection sites and advise the citizen to sort their garbage appropriately. This shows that Taiwan country reflects good governance in management and active participation of all stakeholders that make them successful. As a result, encouraging multi-stakeholder management through the participation of key stakeholders is critical to ensure that policy implementation are more efficient and effective. Thank you.
Adequate funding and investment distribution lead to an advancement in waste management activity. Financial resources are fundamental requirement of every program run by a government. In the financial resources and investment are inextricably linked, since without funds and investment cannot be generated, preventing the country from developing. Adequate funding and allocation on investment contribute to investment in waste management. This can be demonstrated by the fact that according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Developing, that's called OECD. For illustration, developed countries such as South Korea thrive waste management due to the Korean government allocating substantial funds to encourage recycling and incinerator investment. According to OECD, the national government of South Korea provide 95 million USD in financial assistance for waste to energy plant construction in 2014. This waste to energy plant burn municipal solid waste, which is frequently referred to it as rubbish or trash, to generate steam for use in a boiler that produce electricity. This investment will create an advancement in waste management in the Korea country, which will enable the volume of the garbage to be reduced. Therefore, the enormous amount of money invested in waste management can allow the government to develop advancement technology to resolve waste mismanagement. Effective recycling practice can minimize waste. Recycling is an essential practice for making our country and even our planet cleaner and waste-free. Most countries practice the 3 R of sustainability and waste management, which are reuse, reduce, and recycle. In this present society, however, not all countries carry out recycling practice effectively, and as a consequence, more waste management issues continue to exist. As we know, Japanese are particularly effective in recycling activity. It is because the Japanese people have a strong feeling of responsibility for the land and strict rules are in place. Also, Japanese is a small country with large population of people. They must be conscientious about the dump. Therefore, the Japanese people must implement efficient recycling effort compared to developing country such as Malaysia, as approximately 90% of garbage was reportedly disposed of in sanitary landfill, while only 10.5% were recycled in Malaysia. Therefore, all individuals, not only Malaysian, must play their part and maintain a high level of awareness regarding recycling effort to minimize trash that lead to waste pollution.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putra Nabila and I'm going to explain another 2 lessons learned from this waste management issue in developing country, where the third is the advanced technology will make the waste management process become more manageable through the technology innovation, Okay, for example, in France, okay, there is a system, okay, using the ICT technology, okay, there's a system where the GPS will give a sign to the truck collection which residential area need to be collected first using there's a system in their containers that show this container have been full or not or anything, okay. So which residential area that full of garbage, the truck collection will come first and collect first, okay, instead of others. Okay, as compared to Malaysia, we didn't have that kind of sophisticated technology, okay. Our truck collection just come, okay. We didn't have any technology that can determine that our container have been in total capacity or not, okay. Our truck have to collect which area first, which house first. We didn't have that technology, okay. So as a consequence, when the containers is full, so the trash is being put on along the street or even in the drain, that will cause the environmental pollution in our residential area, okay. So this is what I said, okay. Using the technology, by the means of technology, we can have the efficient way in managing those trash and later will avoid any kind of pollution happen in the residential area in the country. Okay, lastly, the stakeholders' awareness and attitudes play a important roles in the successful implementation of waste management program, okay. There's a lot of studies prove that or stated that the success and failure of the program depends on the 2 crucial factors among the stakeholders, okay. For example, clearly we can see in Malaysia, okay. In Japan also we have the 3R program, reuse, reduce, recycle. But in Malaysia we also have that kind of program. So why the implementation of 3R program being success in Japan but not in Malaysia? Because the attitudes of the Malaysian itself, who didn't have any awareness toward our land, okay. We just throw away whatever trash we want to throw. We didn't reuse. So as a consequence, okay, the 3R program will not meet the objective, okay, and the landfill disposal will keep increasing the number of trash. So when the program has been always facing a failure, government will be burdened with a lot of costs, okay. Then the government with a lot of costs, wasted a lot of money, wasted energy, but the program have not been successful, okay. So it is important for the government to increase the public awareness, their stakeholder awareness, and also through the media, for example, so that all the program that we implemented will achieve its objective and being success, as well as cleaning our environment.
In the conclusion, the improper waste management can pollute the environment and air. It will give the health issue to human, animal and all the living thing in the world itself. If the country cannot manage the waste properly, it will give the citizens suffer and the country cannot be run smoothly because of the disease, and the pollution will bring the negative impact to the future of the country. The government will spend a lot of money to cure the disease and the pollution that came from the waste. The good waste management will give the healthy environment and safety to the population of human beings. Therefore, everyone must play their roles to cooperate in managing the waste to get the peaceful life to next generation itself.